Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to What I Painted This Month for July 2015. So this is something I want to start doing at the end of each month, just to keep me motivated, so I know that if I fail to be particularly productive that month, you're all going to know about it, because I'm going to show you exactly what I accomplished painting-wise throughout the month. You can see it wasn't an especially crazy month, but for me this isn't bad because I'm a fairly slow painter. So, let's zoom in and have a good look at everything that I painted, shall we? First of all, these goblins for my Kings of War army. Deliciously orange with a dead horse skeleton on the base there. I'm thinking in Kings of War I'm going to run them like this, in a big block like that. It'll represent 40 miniatures. Obviously there's not that many on there, but I think a horse skeleton more than makes up for that. I've been looking through the Kings of War 2nd edition PDF, and I'm just waiting for the physical copy at the moment. Got a Kings of War gaming day lined up for some point in August, so that's going to be very tasty, and you can look forward to seeing some battle reports on that. I know everyone's itching to see whether Kings of War measures up. Next, for relics for the Orknar faction, quite a lot of these were done this month. So first of all, some Angilds, which are kind of advanced scouting unit for the Orknar. I've gone for a very simple colour scheme with these because they're mostly going to be used for hangout games. So I just wanted to get them done really quick, not too concerned about people seeing them close up. So very easy, just blue and orange with wash over the top for the most part. These are all metal, so if you're wondering why their hands are dragging along the base, that's because I've pinned them down there, because I'm extremely paranoid that they're going to fall off with them being metal. Multiple pins on all these models. If we swing on over to the other side, you can see the other two of them. These ones aren't quite so bulky with their arms, so I didn't feel the need to pin all those quite so heavily. They are pinned at the shoulder joints though, to be on the safe side. Behind them, now I'm probably going to get this wrong, these are either the Ryfen or the Abithian, also for the Orknar faction for relics. These are your big hitters of the army. They don't go down easy and they can dish out some serious punishment, and their points cost reflects that. And these guys are also the Ryfen or the Abithian. I always get the two of them mixed up and I don't have the rulebook to hand right now. But I can safely say that I've got two of each. I believe these guys might be the ones that cause a kind of earthquake on the battlefield, which can knock down enemy units, which is very handy. These are also the big juicy unit of the army, so I'm sure they're going to inflict some serious punishment. At the back there we've got two Bjorn, which are also for the Orknar faction for relics. These are a commander, and they're very tasty in combat. These took a little bit longer to paint because they have that kind of swirly green tattoo going on their chest, and they have a lot more detail on them. They have a lot of tiny little bones that they've got tied around their body, so they're quite tasty. Now onto the really tasty stuff. We have a Stormcast Eternal Liberator that came free with White Dwarf. This was a lot of fun to paint. I didn't use the Games Workshop spray that they just released that's horribly overpriced. I just used Vallejo Game Air paint for the gold, and then just a wash over that, and then some highlights with the Ancient Shining Gold. That pot is older than a lot of people in this hobby. And I went for the black because I want them to appear quite sinister, because looking at the fluff, these dead people that are being pulled up to the heavens and losing a little bit of themselves each time they're resurrected, I would have thought eventually they'd become kind of rather eerie killing machines. So I want to reflect that tone a little bit, so I've gone for the black instead of the bright blue that they're often pictured with, and I think it looks quite tasty. This was an awful lot of fun to paint though, so I'm really looking forward to doing a full army of these bad boys. And last but not least, we have this Deathwing Chaplain Terminator for my Dark Angels army for 40k. Now whatever I may have said about Finecast in the past, and it is a terrible material for a lot of reasons, but it is insanely detailed. And this miniature is a great example. There is so much detail on this thing that even someone who is an average to slightly above average painter can make it look really good just by picking out all the details and taking a bit of time over that. You don't have to have any particularly amazing skills to be able to make this model look really good, just because there is so much juicy detail on there. And I just took my time over it and made sure it was all nice and neat, going back over all the various wings in white, each tiny little piece. So it took me quite a lot of time, but it wasn't overly complicated, and I think it looks really good. This was definitely one of my favourite miniatures to paint of all time, I think, and I was able to exercise some of my edge highlighting expertise as well, which is always nice. So he's going to be leading my Deathwing Knights into battle quite handily, and they are a mean combo on the table, as you will see if I ever put up the battle report of the game I had about a week ago. That should be coming fairly soon, so you can look forward to that. Well, there we have it. That is everything that I managed to paint during the month of July. I'm hoping that August is going to be more productive, because I've got a lot of stuff in front of me that needs to be worked on. So, see if I live up to my word and manage to get even more than this done. Ta-ta for now.